Welcome back to Project 613, and today we are going to learn two mitzvot. Number one, we have the mitzvah of Mezuzah. The verse in the Shema says, Uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha visharecha, you shall write them on the doorposts of your homes and on your gate. Now, what exactly is the mitzvah of Mezuzah? The mitzvah is that we should write the portion of Shema, the paragraph of the Shema and the paragraph of V'haya im Shamoah, on a piece of parchment. It needs to be written by a trained scribe who uses the same ink that's used to write the Torah scroll or to write tefillin, and on a specially prepared piece of parchment using the same script from the tefillin and the Sefer Torah as well. And that is written and then rolled up and put on the doorposts of our home. The mitzvah is to have a mezuzah on every single doorpost of the home, not only on the front door, but every room in the home, even a room that isn't being used currently. If it's a room that it's possible to live inside of it, then it has an obligation to have a mezuzah on it. The exception, of course, is that we do not put a mezuzah on a bathroom or on a toilet. But every other room of the home is obligated to have its own kosher mezuzah. One of the special merits of the mitzvah of Mezuzah is that the mitzvah of Mezuzah offers us divine protection. It's God's security camera for our home. And when we place the Mezuzah on our home, this is a special merit that brings protection, physical protection, to those who live in the home. And this protection is both for the time that we are in the home and even when we are out. The merit of having a Mezuzah on our home offers us protection both when we are home and even when we are not home. The Rambam also tells us that when a person goes into his house and notices the mezuzah, or goes into any room and notices the mezuzah, he reminds himself of Hashem. And he says to himself that if I'm entering this room now with the mezuzah on its door, I should behave in a way that would be appropriate, in a way that Hashem, who is the real boss of the home, that he would be proud of, in a way that he would be happy with. That is the mitzvah of Mezuzah. The next mitzvah that we are going to learn today is the obligation on every single man to write for themselves their own Sefer Torah. The verse says in the portion of Ha'azinu, Kitvu lachem et hashira azot, you shall write for yourself this song. And this is really a reference that it's a mitzvah for every man to write their own Torah scroll. Now, of course, most of us are not scribes. So how is this mitzvah practically done? So essentially the mitzvah is that every individual should acquire their own Sefer Torah. But that is also something that we don't see people practice for the most part. And the halachic authorities ruled that the way to fulfill this mitzvah is through buying Torah books. When a person purchases books of Torah, this is the way that they can fulfill the biblical obligation of writing the Torah scroll. Additionally, another way of fulfilling this mitzvah is through owning even one letter in a Torah scroll. And this is something that's done, that when a Torah scroll is written, every individual can purchase their own letter in the Torah scroll that's written with them in mind. And this way they are fulfilling this mitzvah of writing their own Torah scroll. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.